Welcome, ACB, to the View Plus virtual trade show booth. My name is Dan Gardner. I'm the CEO of View Plus and also the son of the founders, John and Carolyn Gardner. Come on over. You said you wanted to see our production printers. So the Elite 200 and the Premier 100. So the main difference is just the speed, right? So the Elite 200 uses two carriages with 11 solenoids each, and the Premier is 5 solenoids each. So it's 100 CPS, 100 characters per second for double-sided Braille on the Premier, and the Elite is twice as fast. So they both end up with the same results, and both can take the optional ink connect to have the black ink either for interlining or for graphics. And so these are the workhorses. So this is the machines that are built. We see them a lot right next to a Braille production machine, where the Braille may be printing a lot of the Braille, and these are just cranking out the tactographics running 24/7. Whether it's at a Braille publishing house, whether it's in a larger school, or even we see a lot of these used in prisons, where they're teaching that they have a lot of transcribers learning programs for transcribing Braille in the prisons and producing Braille there. So these are the machines that are very heavy. If you were to come try to lift this up, wear a back brace. But these just run. These are the workhorses of our product lineup. The Max is what most people call their Tiger. This is the closest thing to our original printers that we have, and it's a cult favorite because, one, it's very fast, it's single-sided, focused on tactographics, but very fast, quiet, and compact. So it's based on a dot matrix printer, so it can take the tractor paper or a single sheet of cut sheet paper. And again, no ink options on this one, but it does great graphics and mixed with Braille. And it is the one that is approved on the Smarter Balanced testing platform. So again, this is one that a lot of people may have laying around. Maybe you need some training to know how to use it. But we know that a lot of people have access and have experienced this printer, and that's the one that more often than not, when I'm giving a class at one of these trade shows, someone stands up and says how much they love their printer, and this is the one. The Spot Dot is the one that we are most famous for. So the Imprint, as it was originally known, now as the Spot Dot, this is the one that has the HP inkjet printer inside, so it does full color ink print with then tactographics and using the cut sheet. And so this is probably the most popular printer in the world because of its flexibility and because of how well it fits into with the inclusive classroom. So all over the world, there's teachers, parents, students that are using this to help communicate and collaborate with the blind students. And this is by far our most unique product, as well as the one that we seem to get the most interest in from the teachers. Okay, so Columbia and Delta. This was a shifting point for View Plus. We were known as the Tiger people, as the Tiger graphics people, as the Tiger printer people. Nobody knows what View Plus is, but powered by Tiger, or I have a Tiger, everyone knows the Tiger. What part of that was we were also known as the weird dot people, or the triangular dot people, or the sharp dot people. And so the Columbia and Delta, and also and you paid a premium for having tactographics. So the goal behind the Columbia and Delta was to give, instead of a tactographic specialty machine that could do a little bit of Braille, was to provide a Braille printer that could also do good quality tactographics. So as you can see, from US Map to the flowers to the Interpoint Braille, these are do a great job with graphics. They are different, as we've heard from some of our expert level users. And again, this is going to be harder to see on video, but the main difference is the technology that's driving how we can do the graphics. So the Braille was really just a matter of continuing to work at getting the dot correct. And so last summer was spending a lot of time with the machine shop around the corner, drilling out by thousandths of an inch the little cups that get punched, that punch the paper, to make sure till we found the dot that was the closest to what we were seeing on, say, like Braille print, or that you see in your graphics display or note taker from HIMS or one of the other vendors, right? Those little plastic pieces to give you that nice, firm, strong dot with as much height as possible without tearing the paper. So that was really the goal of this of our second generation, was to get the Braille dot to be as readable as any other Braille. So the focus that, like I said, I told earlier in the story, was about making sure that it was readable, and the speed with which you can read tells us how readable the Braille dot is. The graphics, on the other hand, the comparison is on the Tiger technology, on the older technology, graphics printers, it's a fixed 20 dots per inch grid. So the dots, so you end up with very symmetrical shapes, which again, our expert level users really love and enjoy and count on. But it does mean you also get stair steps for diagonal lines, or a little bit jaggedy circles, versus on the Tiger Plus graphics, we call it in the Colombian Delta, you get nice round circles. So we can place dots anywhere on a 100 DPI grid. Because the dots are bigger than our graphics dots, they have to be spaced a little bit further apart, but you get much more pleasing looking graphics. You have to tell me whether they feel different. But you definitely see that you get much truer curves than you do when you are on a fixed grid. So, we hear different stories as to what it depends on. If you use the old technology, you loved it. If you were doing a lot of graphics and you didn't want to change. And anytime things change, somebody doesn't like them. But so for people that have been trying to use the other printers from other vendors, things, well, these graphics are really easy. Again, if you look at one of our webinars, you'd see, open up a document, hit print, and that's what you get. And if you don't believe me, again, go back to our YouTube channel. One of the most popular videos there is how to install one of our printer drivers. Even if you don't have a printer, you can print to file and get a representation of what it looks like. And from there, and if you can't see that, then just send it to me and we'll print it out for you and send it to you. So if there's things that you want to try to experience and you don't have access to one of our printers, again, there's ways without having one of our printers, you can still create the files that you need. So now we get to the Braille. Again, the main difference in this is really the outer case. The insides are the same. The printer that we were using as the base for this was no longer available. But there was a very similar model that really the main difference is just the outer case, and this is now oval instead of rectangular for the buttons. Rock solid printer for a very, very good price in the Braille embossing world. It has only 2 solenoids, so it's not the fastest, but it has nice round dots and does good quality graphics. And so again, this is a big hit where you don't need the 120 characters per second, but 25 characters per second is fine to print out a recipe. That's one of my favorite 2 testimonials on our website about the lady wanting to save her Braille display in the kitchen while cooking, so she's printing out recipes on scratch paper from her husband's recycle bin, printing them out on her, I think it was called a Braille, or she named it Braille or something. I have to go read the testimonial.